Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. Today I'm going to be doing the next 6 stages. That's stages 45 to 50 of the Fanhome release, a build, the John Wick Mustang. Once again, I haven't actually looked at what we're doing today, but by the look at some of the packets we've got here, it's massive. I'm guessing the floor pan, and I'm guessing we're probably going to be installing the engine to the floor pan as well. So we'll have the engine, the dashboard, and the interior all in place. I don't know if this is still available. I have put a link in the video description, and you've also got the QR code on the screen. But 6 stages, without further ado, let's get cracking. Okay, so stage 45. Here's the magazine. And we are still working now on the left front shock absorber. So creating this, we don't put it in place, we're just making the shock absorber at the moment. So let's do that first. Okay, here's all the parts for stage 45. Okay, so as you can see, we've got a bracket here for this suspension. And I've got what looks like a strut mount or something here, which I'm taking out. And this is going to be going into the hole just at the top here. Now, it does fit in a certain way, so it fits flush. But I do need a flange screw to put this in, so I need a K-screw. Looks like I had already opened this without knowing. And all these parts are metal, so once again, I have put this in some oil. Just to help me get this in nice and tight. Now, this does have a notch in it, so you need to make sure that that fits into the notch just down there. Next thing to do is take the top of this shock absorber body here, and I'm going to want to put this piece in. This again has got a notch on, so it can only go in one way for it to fit flat. It's going to look like that. This is held in with an I screw. That's perfect. There's me saying this is the top. I think this is actually the bottom, because what we're doing is we're putting a spring in here now. So we're going to have a spring going in this side here. We're going to be putting what we've created at the start over here. So that would be the bottom then. But then obviously I want this on this pivot in here, which means putting a screw in each side, which is an E screw. I do like how this whole thing is metal. So one in that side. I haven't put them in tight just while I get the other one in. There we go. That one in there. Now I can make them tight. Perfect. And when that's in, that's all there is to do in that stage. So stage 46. Here's the instructions. And again, we're still working on this shock absorber. Is this exactly the same thing? It is. We're doing exactly the same thing in stage 46, just for the other side. So this is the right side. So I need to make sure, yep, it's got a big stamp of an L on, that I do differentiate between which one I'm doing. So here we go. Here's stage 46. And exactly like we did last time. So again, match the notch with this section here. So that's going to fit flat in there, held in with a K screw. I have been using my PH1 screwdriver here just to get that in so there's no wobble in it. We're going to do exactly the same thing on this side by making sure that the indented side here is going in like this, holding that in with an I screw. That's good. And then once again, we're going to be doing exactly like we did last time, putting these two parts together and holding these in with E screws. So one that side and one this side. And then that means both of those are now complete. Okay, stage 47. Here's the instructions. And now, as you see, we've got the first bit of the chassis here. And we are going to be mounting the engine into that chassis. This is going to be cool. Looks like we've got some blocks here to lift this up as well. So that is how it's looking. And this is the rest of the magazine. So this build's about to get a whole lot bigger. So here we go. Here is stage 47. This is very heavy. So this is a solid piece of metal in here. We've got some screws as well. And there you go. That is what it looks like. Solid metal. Okay. Let me just put that to one side and bring the engine over. Now, we had a tube left over from stage 11. This is the air conditioning tube. We're about to put this into place. So one end is going to be going on the nipple that we've got just down the bottom here. And I'm probably going to end up gluing this into place, just like that. And the other end of this is going to be going into the nipple just at the side of the radiator over here. Let me put these in first. I think I will use some glue for this. So that is that in place. Now you should have another tube, and this one is going to go into the back pin of that air conditioning compressor. Perhaps we should have put that one in first. But this doesn't actually connect anywhere after that, so I'm just going to be putting this into place. There you go. That one's just hanging out there at the moment. No place for that. Okay, let's bring over this chassis. We want it this way round, just like that. And I've got the first bit of suspension I'm going to be put into this. Now we want to use the left one. So I'm looking for the L. And that's going to be going into the position just there. And it's held in with Q screws. Perfect. And what we've done on one side, we're going to do on the other side with the right hand side. Now I'm in a position to put the engine into place. Now with this engine, I'm guessing we don't want these cables to be trapped. So when I put this on, I think they're going to be okay. I think I can still get to everything. I don't want anything trapped underneath though, because I am about to put this into position. Now we do have these holes here, which are basically going to be going onto these ends just here. So if I line them up, it should line everything else up. Just like that. Okay, we need to start putting all this together. So I need these E-screws first. And the E-screws are going to basically put this end in first. So I'm putting it upside down. I'm lining up, hopefully you can see these two holes here with these underneath. That should line up everything else for us. Now I've got some E-screws here, so let's get these into place. I need 2 of these. Okay, that's perfect. I need 2 more E-screws, which are going to go into these points here. And then finally I need these G screws here, which are going to be securing the front points just here. Probably best to push down on the radiator to ensure that these are going to bite in there. So on that side. These are going into plastic, so you don't have to make these too tight. Excellent. And there we go. That is the engine in place. So last thing to put in is the intercooler here. Now on the intercooler, we do have these pipes to go in. So I just want to make sure I've got the right ones going in each one. I believe one's going in this side, one's going in this side here. Just kind of like that. But we can put them in a second. What we're going to do first is put this into place, which means the hole at the bottom here is going to go on top of this section like that. That looks good. Don't want to pinch any wires again. And then I'm going to be putting these pipes in. So they go into the points here at the top. And then onto the side of the intercooler. Perfect. So that's how it should look. Do the same on the other side. There we go. That's both of those in. And then I'm holding it from the underside with the G screws again. Just in here. Again, I've made sure I've got no pinched wires between the frame and this intercooler. And when that's done, that's how it should look. That's all there is to do in that stage. Okay, in stage 48, here's the instructions. Got 3 little pieces here that we're going to be putting in. Nice quick stage, this one. There's the rest of the magazine. Actually, quite a tiny pack, this one. Okay, I'm going to bring the engine over. I think I should be able to actually turn this upside down without breaking anything. I think we're going to be okay. Okay, I want the right front chassis brace here, looking like this. This is actually just going to go into the gap. You can see the indent for this just here, like that. It's held in with F screws. And we've got them in 2 places. And then what we've done in one side here, guessed it, we're going to do in the other side with the F screws. Now, we do have this tab left over, but we don't actually use that in this stage. Okay, stage 49 is another big pack because we've got the massive floor pan here. And we're connecting the floor pan to what we've just created here. This is the rest of the magazine. Now, this is the one that I showed you right at the start, so you can see how big this actually is. And also, as you can see, it's one solid piece of metal. Okay, what we're going to be doing is putting this into place with what we've just created here. So, again, making sure I've got no pinched wires, so I'm just going to feed that down there. I'm going to be putting this over the top. Now, we've got these holes here and here, which are going to go over these here. So let's line them up. Just like that. That just slipped in. We need the Q screws that come in this stage. And I want 4 of these to hold this into place. Perfect. And then I'll just finish off doing the other 2. That's the last one going in there. And with that done, that's all there is to do in that stage. So the last stage of this pack is stage 50. Here's the instructions. And we've got some of the electrics by the look of it that we're actually going to start wiring in. We are screwing the back panel in as well by the look of it. So now that is looking just like that. That's the rest of the magazine. Once again, another massive box, another massive heavy box. It's once again a massive piece of metal. How many times can I say massive today? Wow. Okay. We do have some clips by the look of it and some screws here. Now, by installing this, I don't think I'm going to have room to keep this in a storage box anymore. We're going to deal with that when we have to deal with it, I think. Okay, this is going to be fitting on here just like that there. It just fits into the indents. But we are holding this in with quite a few screws. Now, that's going to be Q screws. And we're going to need 6 of these to put in. So I think the first place I'm actually going to put them is in these points at the end. That makes sure everything else is going to be lined up. So that's 2. Now I'm going to be putting 2 in these holes here. And then finally the last 2 I'm putting in are in the holes here and here. Okay, we've got 3 cables here now. Now these are labelled D13, D12 and D11. Now these cables have got a plug on one end and a socket on the other end, as you can see. The sockets go towards the back, which confused me a little bit because I thought the sockets would go at the front, but no, the sockets are going towards the back. I do wonder where the circuit board's going to be now. I figured it would be in the back. I've got these clips here to push into place, and they are just pushing. That's going to hold those cables in. And all I want to do then is run these cables through here, trying to keep them flat in here. I did just have to clean some paint out of one of the holes here. And as you can see, this is how this is going in. Continue doing this. And then once they're all into place, that's exactly how it should look. That's all there is to do in that stage. That's all there is to do in that pack. So once again, you know me, I can't help myself. I do want to put the interior on just to see how this will look. So I'm guessing this would go on, I don't know, kind of like this. Let's just move this steering out the way. and that will sit in there just like that. This steering, actually, I can actually put it in where it goes. Perfect. I love it. That's how it looks. So bear in mind, we do still have that little tab there, which I'm going to have to keep safe, but we haven't put the floor pan in yet, actually the interior, but I have, just so it gives you an idea of how that is looking. Pretty impressive. And that is the John Wick car done for another month. And I really hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.